Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Tune in English. How are you doing today? Where are you joining us from? So glad you're here because consistency is the key to improving your English. Today, you'll hear a short, interesting story about my friend Alex and his very confusing first day at a new job. Poor Alex felt totally lost. Listen closely because this story includes super useful English phrases we all need. Stay until the end, where I'll explain them clearly, and please repeat after me to practice. If you like learning real English, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Ready for Alex's story? Let's tune in.
My name is Alex. Today was my first day at the new marketing job. I woke up early feeling butterflies in my stomach. "Don't be late, Alex," I told myself firmly. The office building was huge and very shiny. I walked inside holding my new laptop bag tightly. Everyone moved quickly like busy ants. I felt like a fish out of water. A friendly woman named Sarah waved at me. "Welcome, you must be Alex," she said warmly. "Let me show you the ropes," she offered. I smiled, relieved someone would guide me. She pointed to a messy desk with 2 monitors. "This is your hot desk for today," Sarah explained. "Hot desk?" I whispered, confused. "Yes, we share desks depending on projects," she clarified. My last job had my own cozy cubicle. This felt strange and impersonal. Sarah handed me a thick employee handbook. "Give it a once-over when you can," she suggested. Then she rushed off to a meeting. I sat down carefully at the shared desk. The computer screen asked for a login password. I searched my email frantically. Nothing. No IT details arrived yet. My manager, Mark, was off the radar all morning. I asked a passing colleague about the Wi-Fi. He mumbled, "Check the portal, maybe?" I didn't even know what the portal was. Lunchtime arrived. I followed a group to the cafeteria. They chatted about KPIs and QBRs. Acronyms flew over my head like little birds. I sat alone with my sandwich, pretending to read. Sarah spotted me and sat down. "First days are rough around the edges, right?" she said kindly. I nodded, grateful she understood. "Mark's stuck in back-to-back calls," she explained. "Hang in there, it gets better." Back at my desk, I tried printing my resume. The printer jammed loudly. Red lights flashed like angry eyes. A man I hadn't met sighed loudly behind me. "Newbies always break the ice with printer fights," he joked. My face turned hot. "Sorry, I'm still getting the hang of things," I stammered. He just walked away, shaking his head. At 3 p.m., Mark finally appeared. "Alex, sorry for the radio silence," he said breathlessly. "Let's touch base quickly in conference room B." I grabbed my notebook, hopeful. But conference room B was locked tight. A sticky note said, "Out of order." Mark scratched his head, frustrated. "Plan B?" I asked weakly. He checked his buzzing phone. "Actually, I need to put out a fire with a client. Can we play it by ear tomorrow?" he asked. I walked back to my hot desk, defeated. My phone buzzed. A calendar invite appeared. Meeting, Alex onboarding. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Sent by someone named Elena Rivera. Who is Elena Rivera, I wondered. No one mentioned her all day. The mystery boss added one more knot to my confusion. I packed my bag as others called it a day. "Tomorrow's a clean slate, Alex," Sarah encouraged. I hope she was right. This felt less like a first step, more like stumbling in the dark. Sarah was right about one thing. Tomorrow was a clean slate. I walked in feeling less like a lost fish. "Okay, Alex, get your act together today," I whispered. I headed straight for that troublesome printer first. A kind man in glasses saw me hesitating. "Need a hand? These beasts have a mind of their own," he chuckled. His name was Ben from IT. He fixed the jam in 30 seconds flat. "Piece of cake when you know how," he smiled. I thanked him, feeling a tiny win. At 10:55 a.m., I stood outside Conference Room C nervously. "Who is Elena Rivera?" still echoed in my mind. A tall woman with sharp glasses approached swiftly. "Alex, I'm Elena, head of digital marketing," she stated firmly. "Mark's swamped with the client crisis, so I'm stepping in." Her handshake was strong, her eyes direct. I immediately felt on edge. She led me into the room, all business. "Right, let's cut to the chase. We need you up to speed fast." She slid a document across the table. "This is Project Aurora. You'll own the social media calendar." I scanned the complex chart, my heart pounding. "Own it? But I just started yesterday." Elena didn't smile. "Sink or swim, Alex. We're under the gun." She pointed at a deadline, next Friday. The meeting felt like a whirlwind. Acronyms flew again: CTR, CPC, UGC. I scribbled notes furiously, scared to ask. "Lost in the weeds already?" Elena asked, noticing my frown. I admitted, "A bit, the KPIs for Q3. She sighed, but not unkindly. "Forget Q3. Focus only on Aurora." She simplified the first 3 tasks clearly. "Does that ring a bell?" she checked. I nodded, relieved. "Yes, crystal clear now." "Good. The ball is in your court. Report daily." Leaving the room, I felt dizzy but focused. I finally had real work, actual responsibility. Back at my hot desk, I opened the Project Aurora file. My email pinged instantly. It was Mark. "Alex, heard you knocked it out of the park with Elena. Way to go!" His message felt like sunshine after rain. Maybe I wasn't drowning after all. I tackled Task 1, research competitor campaigns. Hours flew by. I barely noticed Sarah waving. "Lunch, Alex. Don't burn the candle at both ends on day 2. I joined her, actually hungry for once. Over salads, I confessed my morning stress. "Elena's intense. She said sink or swim." Sarah laughed. "Oh, that's just Elena. She means business, but she's fair. Once you get on her good side, you'll learn loads." Her words calmed my nerves. Returning to my desk, I found a sticky note. "Printer owes you one. Coffee's on me tomorrow. Ben, from IT." A small gesture, but it made my day. This place had kind people too. I dove back into work, feeling more confident. By 4 p.m., Task 1 was nearly done. I organized my findings neatly, proud of myself. Then my screen flickered. A pop-up appeared. "Critical system update. Restart in 5 minutes. Save all work." Panic set in. I hadn't saved for 20 minutes. I frantically clicked Save, but the mouse froze. "No way! Not now!" I groaned aloud. The screen went black before I could react. I stared at the dark monitor, heart sinking. All that work, gone? Ben passed by, whistling. He saw my face. "Uh-oh, let me guess. The forced update struck again." I just nodded, too upset to speak. "Don't sweat it," Ben said calmly, plugging in a cable. "Everything saves to the cloud automatically here. Cross your fingers." He rebooted the computer. The login screen appeared. Then the desktop. I held my breath as I opened the Aurora folder. There it was, my document saved 2 minutes before the crash. "That was a close call," I breathed out. Ben winked. "Saved by the bell, eh? All's well that ends well." As I packed up, Sarah stopped by. "Surviving?" she asked with a knowing smile. "Barely, but yes," I laughed. "Learn to save constantly." "That's the spirit," she said. "See, you're already getting into the swing of things." Walking out, the office felt less intimidating. I'd faced Elena, fixed the printer, and survived a tech disaster. Maybe I could actually do this job.
Thursday morning felt different. Sunlight streamed through the office windows brightly. I grabbed coffee at the same machine as day one, but this time I didn't shake like a leaf. "Morning, Alex," Ben called out cheerfully. "Ready for that coffee I owe you?" We walked together, mugs in hand. "Thanks for saving my work yesterday," I said. "Any time," he replied. "Tech throws us curveballs sometimes." I smiled. I was learning to catch them. Elena emailed early. "Progress report by 10 a.m. Keep me posted." No sink or swim today, just clear instructions. I opened my Project Aurora document confidently. My research was organized. My plan made sense. Sarah peeked over my shoulder. "Looking sharp," she praised. "Elena likes bullet points. Just a heads up." I added bullet points immediately. At 10 a.m., I stood outside Elena's office. My heart beat fast, but not from fear. "Come in, Alex," she said without looking up. I handed her a printed summary. She scanned it silently. Seconds felt like hours. Then she nodded. "Good stuff. Clear, concise." She pointed at one section. "Dig deeper here. Competitor B's strategy is clever but risky. Spot on." Relief washed over me. "Thank you. Will do." "You're on the right track," she added, almost smiling. Back at my desk, I felt taller. Mark walked by, holding 2 stress balls. "Burning the midnight oil, Alex?" he joked. "Just in the zone," I answered truthfully. "Elena's report was up to scratch. Well done." His approval meant a lot. Lunch with Sarah and Ben felt easy. We laughed about printer battles and confusing acronyms. "Remember day one? You looked green behind the ears," Sarah asked. "I sure felt it," I admitted. "Now you're part of the furniture," Ben added warmly. The phrase made me glow inside. That afternoon, a new intern arrived. She stood frozen by the printer, eyes wide. "First day?" I asked gently. "Yes," she nodded. "I feel all thumbs." "Don't panic," I said. "I know the drill." I showed her how to scan her ID. "Ben in IT is a lifesaver," I whispered. "Save everything twice. Trust me on this." Her shoulders relaxed. "You're a star. Thank you." Helping her, I saw my own progress. At 4:30 p.m., Elena stopped at my desk. "Alex, got a minute?" "Of course," I said, standing up. "Project Aurora's first phase is ahead of schedule because of your solid start. Kudos." She handed me a small wrapped box. "Chocolate, my go-to for good work." I was stunned. "Thank you, Elena." "Keep it up," she said. Then she was gone. I sat down, holding the chocolate like a trophy. Sarah gave me a thumbs up from her desk. Ben walked past and did a little victory dance. I unwrapped one chocolate piece, slowly. It tasted sweet, like success. As I packed my bag, I saw the intern again. She struggled with the coffee machine buttons. "Need a hand?" I offered, walking over. "Please," she sighed. "This thing has got me stumped." I showed her the trick. Press firmly twice. "Ah, the penny drops," she laughed. Her relief mirrored mine just days ago. Walking out, I passed the shiny lobby again. No longer a stranger, I nodded at the security guard. "Have a good one, Alex," he called. "You too, Ray," I replied, knowing his name now. The evening air felt fresh and light. My first week wasn't perfect, but I wasn't lost anymore. I'd faced the chaos, asked for help, and rose to the challenge. Monday's confusion had morphed into Friday's quiet confidence. I couldn't wait to see what week 2 would bring.
Now, friends, let's walk through those real-life phrases from Alex's story together. I'll explain each one simply, show you how it was used, and give you an extra example. Ready? Listen closely. Phrase 1. Butterflies in my stomach. Meaning, feeling nervous or excited. Story example. I woke up early feeling butterflies in my stomach. Extra example, I get butterflies in my stomach before speaking English. Phrase 2, like a fish out of water, meaning feeling uncomfortable in a new situation. Story example, I felt like a fish out of water. Extra example, at my first English book club, I felt like a fish out of water. Phrase 3, show you the ropes, meaning teach someone how to do something. Story example, let me show you the ropes. Extra example, could you show me the ropes on this app? Phrase 4, give it a once over, meaning look at something quickly. Story example, give it a once over when you can. Extra example, give your essay a once over before submitting. Phrase 5, off the radar, meaning unavailable or unreachable. Story example, Mark was off the radar all morning. Extra example, my boss is off the radar on vacation. Phrase 6, hang in there, meaning keep trying during hard times. Story example, hang in there, it gets better. Extra example, hang in there when learning feels tough. Phrase 7, break the ice, meaning make people feel comfortable. Story example, newbies always break the ice with printer fights. Extra example, I told a joke to break the ice. Phrase 8, getting the hang of, meaning learning to do something well. Story example, I'm still getting the hang of things. Extra example, after practice, I'm getting the hang of cooking. Phrase 9, touch base, meaning have a quick meeting. Story example, let's touch base quickly. Extra example, we'll touch base after your test. Phrase 11, called it a day, meaning stop working for now. Story example, others called it a day. Extra example, after 6 hours studying, I called it a day. Phrase 13, get your act together, meaning organize yourself better. Story example, get your act together today. Extra example, I need to get my act together for exams. Phrase 14, piece of cake, meaning very easy. Story example, piece of cake when you know how. Extra example, the recipe looks like a piece of cake. Phrase 16, on edge, meaning feeling nervous. Story example, I immediately felt on edge. Extra example, loud noises make me on edge. Phrase 17, rose to the challenge, meaning succeeded when things were hard. Story example, I'd rose to the challenge. Extra example, She rose to the challenge of leading the meeting. You did amazing work today. Now, here's your mission. Try using just one new phrase this week. Maybe tell a friend, I had butterflies in my stomach. Remember, you can download Alex's full story and all phrase examples as a free PDF. Check the description below. If this helped you, please tap like, subscribe to Tune in English, and comment your favorite phrase. We release new English adventures every week, so don't miss out. I'm so proud of your progress. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy learning, friends!